Hey everybody, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. What is today? I gotta look at my calendar. It's the 21st. Tomorrow is the first day of fall. I hope you're all doing well. For being fall here in the Kansas City area, it is very hot. Like triple digit hot, I guess, the last few days. So kind of weird, but nice. I hope you're all doing well. Comment below where you're from and what if you've had fallish weather start. I'd love to chat with you. I'm going to turn the camera around and there we go. Today is the 21st, so we have what, 9 more days left of weekly deals available to us, and today is Wednesday. And that means last week's weekly deals and next week's weekly deals will be together. So on one day of the week, you can take advantage of 2 weeks worth of weekly deals. I have not looked at them yet today to see what they are, but head over to leslie.stampinup.net, click on the shop button or tab, and there will be a link when you go to my storefront, my Stampin' Up! Storefront. There will be a link to look at all the clearance items and weekly deals and those things. So that goes away at the end of the month. So this is probably the last week of weekly deals. That makes me sad. Okay, Perfect Partners is also going away on the 30th of September. So these are dies that Stampin' Up! Has made available for certain stamp sets. I don't know how many there are, 2, 4, 6. And those dies will go away at the end of the month. So I did get my Playful Piggy dies. They are on the way. They have shipped, so I'm excited about that. But if you have some stamp sets that you'd like dies with, or you'd like to get the bundle, you save 10% on the bundle, but those dies will be going away after September 30th. So if you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can always private message me on the Facebook or go to theplaidpoodle.com and there's a connect button. Also on my Stampin' Up, leslie.stampinup.net, there's a connect button and you can email me and I can answer your questions or try to answer your questions. Okay, if you are on my mailing list yesterday, this is the free tutorial that was sent to all my email subscribers. There was a sketch. I should have printed out the sketch that I created this card using the sketch. But this card uses the Spruced Up bundle, and I just thought this was the cutest little whimsical, would you call it, stamp set. It has the stamps with the coordinating dies. You can buy them separate or together, and as always, when you buy them together, you save 10%. But this is the card I came up with, and I used some fun, bright colors. I used the Sweet Sorbet and the Parakeet Party and the Tahitian Tide. I used all of our new in colors for that card. And then I used the die and I embossed this image. For a while I was like, what is this image? It took me a minute to figure out what that image was for. And it reminds me of the ornaments my grandmother used to have on her Christmas tree. She had glass ornaments that I wish I had, man. They were gorgeous. I think you can buy like reproductions now, but they were the old glass ornaments, and they were kind of decorated similar. So that might be why I'm attracted to this bundle. But that was the card that went out to my email subscribers. And if you're not on my list, you can go to my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, and there's a place that says, yes, I want more paper crafting ideas, and you just put your name and email there. And every Tuesday, I sent out a free tutorial, and this is the one that I sent out, and there was a sketch with this. So I'm hoping to create a different card using the sketch just to show you how versatile it is when you use sketches in your creations. But anyway, since I had the stamp set out yesterday and it was still out this morning, anybody else leave their stuff out? Hi, Kay. I cleaned up my desk today, and but I left it out, and I thought, let's make another card using that set. So I made, I don't know if you would call this a fancy fold. It's a partial fold. I don't know what you would call it, but I decided to give that a go. And the paper I'm using is the Celebrate Everything paper. You get, whoops, sorry about that. I think it's 48 sheets. Yes, 48 sheets, and a Celebrate Everything. There's Christmas, Halloween, just plain old prints. There's some celebratory prints for parties, New Year's Eve. Oh, this is a cute little print. We got to use that soon. I love that. Just plain old prints. I love this yellow stripe. Just an all-around nice pack of paper to have. And this is a Hostess reward item. Let me show you that so that you understand. It can be purchased. Where is that? I hope that wasn't just a celebration thing. Page 87. Yeah, it's probably on the very back. Yeah. Okay. So it is a host rewards item. 48 sheets of paper can be purchased for $18 with a $150 purchase. So let's say you purchased $150 worth of items. You could purchase this for $18. That would take up all of your rewards. With it being 48 pages, it would be fun to get some friends together and put an order together to get that and then split it. But if you're like me, it doesn't take long to get $150 worth of items on your list. So, but that's something to think about when you're making a purchase. Okay. The little scalloped edge, I used the Scalloped Contours dies. I love these dies. I go to them all the time. I love the frames and the scallop. There is a stamp set, Color and Contours, that coordinates with this, and there's a die for 2 of the images on that stamp set. I would recommend this die even if you don't want the stamp set, just because I use these all the time. I use the dies more than the stamp set, but it's always nice to have a coordinating stamp set. Sorry guys for the reach there. Whoops, I always press the wrong button. There we go. But let's get started on our card. I just wanted to explain some of the things I'm using. I also used the Stylish Shapes dies. This is another workhorse that you're going to want to have. I used the square. I don't know if you can see the little scallops. My camera doesn't focus in very well, but the square I used was the stitch shape. If you do not have these, you could create this card, just cut your squares. I had them, so I used them. All right, so I pulled the colors for this card from the paper. So my card base is a pool party. and it is an 11-inch. I've got my metric side of the grid over because it was clean. It's 11 inches by 4 1/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/2 and folded it in half, and that's our card base. Now we need to cut the scallop off of here. So I think I went about 1 1/4 inches. Woo! Sorry about that. Earthquake. Kay loves the stitch shaped dies. I do too. I use them all the time. Yeah, about 1.5 inches is what I took off this front flap. And I put those dies away for some reason. Hold on. I store my stamp sets in alphabetical order. It's just easier for me. I know a lot of people store their stamp sets by occasion or holiday, but I can find them easier by the name. I've been really wanting to I'm going to use one of these lines to make sure this is straight. I've been wanting to, and I'm using some release tape. I always forget what to call it. It's low tack tape to hold that die down. I thought I already had done the cut, and so I put everything away. But no worries. Okay, so there's our little scalloped edge. Isn't that cute? It reminds me of an ice cream store. I don't know why. Doesn't it look like a little ice cream awning at an ice cream shop or something? I'm weird that way. Okay. I also store my dies that coordinate inside my stamp box. I love that Stampin' Up! Provides these nice stamp boxes. I get my magnets from stampandstorage.com, and they fit perfectly in here, and then my dies and my stamps are all in one place. So I'll share that while I've got you. In fact, I need to order more magnets today, or I need to order more. That means I have a lot more dies than I have magnets. Okay, the designer series paper, I just thought this print was so cute, and it really matched the stamp set. It really coordinates with it. The ornaments and all that. So I cut this at 4 by 3 1/2. And I'm just going to adhere that right on the front of that front flap. Hi, Carol. How are you today? Isn't that cute? I hate to cover up that paper. And then I took the opposite side of that print, which is the Poppy Parade, and I just thought it would be too much that way, or I just did it, I don't know, to add a little interest. And I also cut a scalloped edge along there with that color and contour die. And then I'm just going to adhere that. Actually, I'm going to adhere that. Glad I caught myself there. To my piece of 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use a little liquid glue on the edges of this just so it stays down really well. was probably overkill. Carol is doing great. That's awesome. I'm doing a book study. I think the book is called Getting Your Life Back. It's by John Eldredge. I think it should be named something different. It's more about creating margin in your life and time for the important things in life. Anyway, I'm doing a book study with some, it's actually an online book study through the Proverbs 31 group. Not sure their official name. She uses the dies from this stamp set more than the stamps. Are you talking about the color and contour? Yes, Kay, I agree. I'm always using these dies. They're just perfect for card making. Anyways, so the question this morning, every day they post a little question for the book study, and today was, when was the last time you felt light-hearted? And I thought I would share that with you guys and see if what you could come up with. Have you felt lighthearted? Oh, and do you have enough of that in your life? Or what would you say? I can't remember how it was worded. Anyway, I decided I don't have enough of that lighthearted feeling. And I was thinking, my parents used to own a lake house, and it was just so relaxing to go to the lake house, and you just kind of felt the weight of the world leave the minute you arrived. It was just peaceful, away from everything. I stamped the Christmas because on the front we're going to do the Merry. So this is going to be the inside of the card. Anyway, so I thought I would ask you all, if you're willing to share, what helps you to relax and feel lighthearted, whatever that means. I felt like lighthearted means rested, at peace, fun, relaxing. To me, that's what lighthearted means. Okay, there's our card base. Now we're going to add all the frillies. So I've cut a piece of the Poppy Parade. Kay says walking along the beach. Yes. Do you live close to a beach, Kay? I don't know that I've ever asked you where you're from. This is 2.5 by 2.5 inch square. And then I cut the pool party square out with the stylish shapes. And I believe I used the second to the largest, yes, of the squares. But if you don't have those, you can just cut some squares. And then I heat embossed some little snowflakes on there. So let's do that really quick. Okay, you have Lake Michigan. I'm so jealous. I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss the Merry as well on a strip of Pacific Point here. Yes, if I'm near the water, I'm like Kay. If I'm near the water, that is just very relaxing to me. I'm going to take the Stampin' Embossing Buddy here. And then I'm going to take the snowflake image and just randomly stamp this with Versamark. And we will sprinkle some embossing powder on there. I don't want that to dry before I do my, because those are tiny little images. So I'm going to go ahead and a walking trail between the two cities. Oh, that sounds fabulous. Along the lake. Wouldn't that be awesome to live by somewhere like that? We have lakes here, but they're tiny lakes, and you kind of have to live in the neighborhood where the lakes are. We have lakes, you know, a couple of hours from here. Okay. But yes, being near water is very relaxing to me as well. So, Kay, do you live right on the water? Now I'm really going to be jealous. They groom your beach every day. That's kind of like what they do in Florida. They come and rake it and all that. Alrighty, I'm going to have to clean this one up. It got a little crazy. It's 5 blocks away. Wow, that's not too far. Alrighty, let me grab my little, I don't know why this is such a mess. Okay. Excuse the noise. I'm gonna heat emboss these real quick. Whoop. I was afraid that would happen. Okie dokie. So there's our little snowflakes, and here this is going to be our little tag that we're going to add later. And then I added a little ground so it didn't look like my presents and my tree were floating around. So I cut another of those stitch squares out of white, basic white, because I wanted the stitching at the bottom to show when I glue it on here. And then I just cut like a snow mound. It doesn't need to be very big at all. I just freehanded it. There we go. So it looks like that. And then I'm also going to take some liquid glue so that doesn't fold back up on myself here. So Kay, being in Michigan, are your leaves changing there? Ours are starting to, but they're not big time. And I bet, Carol, I bet your trees are maybe starting to change a little bit where you're at. Okay, so there's our little snowman that I just freehanded that. And I am going to just, let's go ahead and decorate this and then we'll pop it up on the card. For the tree, I'm using the smaller tree image from the stamp set and then the 2 little gift images. Actually, I stamped 2 gift images. So I'm going to just take a scrap. I can take this and stamp. Carol, they're still pretty green, huh? Kay lives in Wisconsin. Yes, but not yet. Yeah, ours haven't really done anything yet either. A little bit. A little yellow I can see, but that could be just from the heat, right? All right, I'm going to use the Poppy Parade and my green ink. Where's my green ink? Actually, my pool party for my little gifts. And I just need 2 of these. I need to find my, I bet it's right here. That one has a little, probably a little piece of, I'm going to do another one. Had a little something there. My pool party needs re-inked in the worst way. But I hate to re-ink right before I come on here because then it's sloppy and it could create a problem. So we're going to die cut those out, and before we do that, let's get our tree. My tree, I used Granny Apple Green. And since it's a pretty solid image, I'm going to use my Stamparatus. And my Granny Apple Green could probably use a good re-inking too. I like to use my Stamparatus when I've got a solid image, just in case I have to do what I'm doing and just add another couple of stamps. Probably looks pretty good, but let's give it one more go. Okay, so we're going to die cut that out, and we're going to die cut our gifts, and then we can just put everything together. So I'm going to use the small, and Stampin' Up! Was nice and gave us 2 of these tiny present dies. And I'm using my low-tack tape again. I reuse this thing until it won't let me anymore. Except this one's going to be in the way. Okay, and then our tree. Oh, Kay likes to use the Stamparatus on wood stamps. Yes, most definitely. The the red rubber cling stamps, definitely use the Stamparatus because getting your words straight on those, yeah, I agree. I agree. The photopolymer, not too bad. Okay, I'm also going to take a little die, little star die, and cut a little star for the top of our tree. And I don't think I need to tape it down. And I think all of this will fit on my mini. said that about the star, and it's going to wiggle itself out of there. My husband travels to Wisconsin quite a bit, Kay, for business. He flies into Green Bay and then drives forever, I think. Drives somewhere forever. He's an engineer and works on hydro power plants, and they're doing some work up there. So he really enjoys his visits. The guys he works with up there, he really enjoys them. So maybe someday he'll take me. Thank you, Carol. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card base just because I think I can see better that way. Green Bay is 35 miles from you. I'll have to ask him where he goes. He goes to a power plant somewhere, a hydro power plant. When he's up there. I would love to have a cottage somewhere up there by the Great Lakes. Okay. Now, I love these little outlines, which is probably why they call those dies the, what do they call them? Oh, Leslie, I forget. There's something about a line. Spruced up outlines. Because each of these little images cut out these little outlines. Here's the card I made yesterday. And here's the little outline for the ornament. It's really cute. They cut out a solid image and then an outline. I thought it was clever. Okay, for the tree, I'm going to pop it up on some dimensionals. Probably overkill on the dimensionals. I'm going to put my tree kind of up here on the little hill that I created. And then I'm going to glue the outline down under it. Now I could have probably put the outline on first and then the tree, but I was afraid I wouldn't, because it moves, that it wouldn't be the right fit. So that's why I waited to do this second. And I just need a tiny bit of glue. And that is probably too much. The glue dries clear, but I hate it when it squeezes out from underneath. So then I'm just going to kind of fit it right underneath. And it just kind of frames it out. I really think it's a cool effect. Gives it a little bit of dimension. Don't you think it kind of called the tree out a little bit more by adding that frame? Okay, then I'm going to put my pool party present right up front here on a dimensional. And then I'm going to add a little glue to my Poppy Parade present and put it a little bit farther back, so it's farther back in the scene. So I'm not going to pop it up. And then our little star. we're just going to plop it right on the top, as you do. Okay. And then our final step is to just add the little sentiment tag. And I just cut that. I believe this strip measures 3/8 inches wide. And then I just trimmed it out really close. Might have to trim down my, I think I will, trim down my dimensional. And then I'll put just a tiny bit of liquid glue right there. We'll put that one right there. Okay, that's the card. Isn't that cute? I love this set. It reminds me of the little, the Grinch Stole Christmas, the little Wahoo Dores or whatever they're called. Very whimsical, and I really like it. In fact, these might be my Christmas cards for that I send out this year. I think I'm going to use this set because I'm really enjoying it, and it's something different. I usually send out very traditional cards, and this year I think I'm going to go with this more playful look. So we open it up and it says Merry Christmas, and we could do some little images on the inside if we wanted to, because there's plenty of the little snowflakes or the stars or the larger snowflake. We could kind of doll that up a little bit if we wanted to, but I'm going to leave it plain and simple. So that is the card. Thanks so much, ladies, for joining me. You have a great weekend. I'll be back Monday at 2 p.m. Central for Make It Monday. We'll talk later. Oh, all the information for the card will be on my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, later today. All the measurements and products that I use. So you can find that there, or you can hop on over to YouTube. And my channel's The Plaid Poodle, and I'll also have all that information there too. So thank you for joining me. We'll see you Monday. Happy stamping.